What is up, folks? Happy Easter, resurrection, Peter Cottontail, all that good stuff. Hip hop dance stories. What up, V?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
Man, I'm chilling. Cutty, hold on, let me turn on my sound shot. Hold on.
Happy Easter, everybody. Bless up.
We're about to get it in already. Hold on, I'm having trouble with my sound, bro. Shot. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good.
Okay. Wait for Miss.
I missed Craig's show the other day. How was it, Brody? I woke up late.
Man, I liked it, man, but it's so crazy because it's like he caught me at wait a minute, I think I'm on. Am I on?
Yeah, you on.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. He caught me, I'm in creative mode. So you know, like when I watch a movie, I'm kind of like looking for edits and things like that. So I'm looking at the show, so I'm seeing the bigger picture more than the performance. Like, wow, he could really like get this shit popping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit is dope.
I'm already got my wheels turning, so I got to go back and like actually see the performance again. But I like the whole concept of it. I see the big picture, man. Like he could really have that shit popping. Like the whole like the backdrop was the pyramids and shit.
I heard that was dope.
Yeah. But I need to see the performance again. And then one part it started buffering, like right when he's about to boogie, and I had just woke up too.
How did your interview go with my boy T, Boogie?
Oh, it was cool. It was cool. His reception was kind of bad, but other than that, it was cool. But yeah, we got our man Third Degree on here, man. So let's get him cracking.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Yep. You know, he was a great friend of Papa Chicken, so you know how we do. Long as you know you connected to one of the OGs, we all connected.
Right.
So without further ado, let's bring on my man DJ Third Degree, and let's get into his story. What up, Cutty?
What's up, Cutty, man?
Good. My soul brothers, what's happening, man?
What's going on, man? I got your sound.
You guys hear me okay?
Sound is off.
It's off, all right. Let's see what's up. See what's good. Let's see what's good. Check.
You good?
Check 1, 2. You hear me okay?
Yep.
All right. What's up, man? What's up, fellas? Happy Easter. Thanks for having me on your show, man.
Wow. Yeah. She's in the house.
She popped in and out.
Yo, man, it's great to have you here, man.
Thank you, man. It's good to be here. Good to be here, man. I'm happy to be on your guys' show for sure.
That's right.
Well, so, man, we go way back, don't we?
Yeah.
we go way back. I was trying to remember like when the first time I ran into you guys and met you guys, and I think that was I think at the Palace in Hollywood. Yeah, man. I remember I had gone up there.
Who was performing that night?
Shoot, man, I don't even remember. Obvious somebody. It was dope, whatever it was, because I remember just being on the floor. That dance floor was packed, music was pumping, and I just remember circles. I just remember dance circles going, right? That's how we used to do it back then. And I just remember, man, that you guys just were killing it. And
that was our spot.
Dude, that was all our spots. That and United Nations.
Yes, sir.
Those were my spots.
Yeah, I used to love it. Yeah.
And so we mentioned United Nations. I got to give a shout out to Violet Brown for that.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah. And my boy Emperor Al.
Yeah, because Violet Brown, so at the time I was living in Orange County. I was down in like El Toro, Lake Forest area where the 405 and the 5 meet back up. And she was working for Warehouse Records, and she was their urban music buyer. And I had gotten a job at a Tower Records down there in El Toro. And I became their like 12-inch singles buyer. So that's how she and I connected, and we hit it off. She was super cool, and she just started inviting me up to go to United Nations. And I was like, let's go, because I was definitely all about hip hop. So man, that was good stuff right there for sure.
Wow.
Hi.
Wow.
What's
Bro.
up? Hopping with everybody today. Happy Sunday. Happy Easter Sunday to all of you. DJ Third Degree up in the house.
Peace and blessings was good.
Peace and blessings to you. Word, you guys look great. How's everything? I'm sorry I'm late. Technical difficulties.
All right, man. One of them days.
Word up. You guys already know.
Yeah. We gonna and listen to the stories today, man. Because like I said, we're gonna save DJ Third Degree for the Wild Make Beat story and get to that side of his life.
Word. Okay.
Yeah, he got the connection. So he got the connection. You know, being a DJ, he got the connection to the dancers. He got to make us move.
That's
So
right.
yeah, we're really gonna focus on that. You did?
Yeah.
That's right.
Sure.
That's what's up. And we definitely take it there.
So let's get into it, man. Start us off, B-Love.
I want to know what got you into DJing. When did it start?
So
did you
DJing.
ever dance before you DJ?
Actually, I started as a DJ. So when I was 12, I just started fiddling around with my dad's. He had a dual cassette tape player, and we had one turntable, and I just sat down in front of it and started, like, I don't know why. I even to this day I can't even remember what made me sit down and start learning, trying to teach myself how to edit songs.
Right.
So I started, back then I was heavily, I think probably because of my sister, who was a couple years older than me, I was heavily into new wave music. So like Depeche Mode and, all of that stuff. And I started editing Frankie Goes to Hollywood's Relax, that song. So, I just started, messing around with that. And I started doing more of it to a point that I made like I wouldn't even call it a mixtape at the time, maybe like an edit tape, I suppose. And if you guys remember, on KROQ here in Los Angeles, Richard Blade was like, he was the 80s dude. He was Mr. New Wave,
Right.
And
Right, Richard Blade.
Richard Blade, right? And so I remember going to some sort of, in Hollywood, some sort of record signing thing, and he was there, and I handed him my tape, and I just got super excited about just the fact that I had done this. I was like 13 or something like that, and I was fully into it. So I got my dad to go to Radio Shack and get me a realistic mixer and go find another turntable. And I had 2 belt drive turntables. So I didn't have techniques. I didn't have none of that.
Right.
I had the little poor man's setup, but
the beginner setup.
That was the full-on beginner setup for sure.
Yeah.
And I taught myself to start mixing records. And again, it was a lot of new wave stuff until 84, and Run DMC's album came out, and then it started becoming hip hop. And a couple years later, when Eric B and Rakim dropped Eric B as president, and I heard that intro, that bass, that was it.
Yes.
Lights out. It was over. I got full on to hip hop. The timing was perfect because when I was in junior high, and they were busing, one of the LA Breakers, Todd Nonstop Campbell, shout out to my boy Todd Nonstop. He ended up at my school in the Valley, and he was super cool to me, him and his people, and he taught me how to break dance. I remember right in front of our gym. Right on the steps, man. He taught me how to break dance. So I got really into it. And, and I had been like going to dances at the school. Back then it was a lot of ska music and new wave type stuff. And so I was, into like the English beat and the specials and dancing to that kind of thing. So I think I always had, wanting to dance, but when hip hop music came around, man, it took it to a whole different level for me.
I got a quick 2-part question.
Yeah, for sure.
Questions. One is for B-Love and Tim, and the second one's for Afro, with the same thing. One, what was it? Because like I said, with us coming straight out of George Clinton and Parliament and stuff, what was it being Tim that drew us all to Duran Duran, ska, at the same time. You know what I'm saying? We all was, even though we were getting bucked, it's not like I was, went to Nobel and started hanging out with white kids. It was like I still hung with cats in the hood, but still got busted the valley. Yeah. But we were all, dudes from the hood. I'm talking about dudes from the hood.
We all loved it.
Yeah.
All like that music. Now for Afro, did that ska and Madness and Frankie Goes to Hollywood, did all that hit New York?
Yeah,
around that time?
of course. Yes.
Oh wow,
yes.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So back to what was it that drew us, like all cultures, to that music from England? What do you think? What was it?
Are you asking me? Or are you asking me?
You can go first, Fro.
I mean, anything that moves me has to be the rhythm. It has to be, the rhythm, the vibe. It also has to be what the crowd is doing. The crowd gets me going too. But if that's that song that's a hit, it's no stopping. For me, I'm a dancer. I want to dance. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to draw me to the dance floor. I'm going to do my thing. It just doesn't matter. It's that rhythm. It's the melody. But drums do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of drum and bass. Yeah. That's what gets me going. The rhythm, it's the rhythm for me.
What about you, Tim and V? Like I said, it's playing that shit at Uncle Jam's Army, Brody. So,
right.
Like, what was it about?
I love Wild Boys, Never Ending. Wow, Duran Duran. I used to love Duran Duran. I loved Depeche Mode. I loved all the all the different, even the rockabilly style and all that stuff that came out during that era. You know what I'm saying?
Stray Cats.
Yeah, Stray Cats. Yep. Woo! Stray Cat Strut. That was the shit. Like, I like OMD. Orchestra Maneuvers. I loved all them. I even started going into who was that made Louder Than a Palm? The Smiths.
The Smiths.
After the fact, I got into the Smiths. I don't know, it was like I used to skate, so I surfed, and my cousin used to listen to all that, but we used to listen to it. It was just like Legend said, it was all in the streets in LA. Like that shit was so big. Like we loved the new wave era. Remember, Ledge, at UCLA, the club down in Westwood?
Yes. What
was the name of that spot? And they used to play all the they used to play that stuff. They had one in Pasadena.
Was it Dylan's?
Dylan's. Yeah.
It's crazy you guys are saying all of this right now. I was just upstairs listening to some 80s music, Human League, David Bowie, Let's Dance. I was just about to do a TikTok with David Bowie's Let's Dance. I'm like, man, listen, do you understand how dope this song is? Yeah. Like, again, it has to do with the rhythm, how they produce the music. I mean, as a dancer, we've talked about this before. Ledge, when it comes to production, it does kind of affect, like as a dancer, I want to get the dancers to move. So there's certain things like clap beats, drums, just crowd bangers. You know what I'm saying? It has to get me to move. And David Bowie, when you go back to some of the old school joints, it's like, yo, this shit right here was banging. I don't care.
That's that real.
There was a lot of that.
Yes, I'm an MTV baby. I used to watch MTV.
And that's the thing. That's part of it too, I think. So let's the tie-in for me was, and you made a good point just now about the production. So if you guys remember the name Arthur Baker.
I do.
So Arthur Baker, right, like had, he had this connection between two worlds in the late 70s and early 80s. And those two worlds were like the British new wave thing that was going on, but his attachment to like African Bambaataa and the electro hip hop that was happening. And he produced a dope joint that not many people probably even know, by a group called New Order, which is called Confusion.
Yep, I remember New Order.
And that song is a breakdance song.
Word.
That song makes you want to pop and dance. Oh man, that song is crazy. So that's sort of a tie-in. I think in Los Angeles, there was just this whole big melting pot of styles. There was the skate world and the surf world was happening.
Yep.
You know, Southern California has its own sound too. You know, we had punk rock, we had, you know, rock and roll happening. We had there's like ska music, the beat sound, reggae. So like all of these for me and the people that I grew up with, it just all melded together. We had punk rockers. I was the new wave dude. Then when hip hop came, I was the hip hop dude. And so being the DJ of the crew of the, you know, of all my friends, I brought all those styles and music. And even people today tell me that like I introduced them to all types of music styles because it just was that the late 70s, early 80s and all that stuff. There was so much going on. So much new stuff, right, coming out of the disco era and funk, but this was just so much beautiful music going on, coming from all different angles. Duran's, you know, The Cure, you know, all of that stuff.
Cure was the shit,
man. So much good soft sell.
I want to ask you, what's your for dancers when you would see us at clubs or something? What was your go-to music? That you would. What was your go-to albums that would get the crowd going? Give me 5 of them.
Back in the day or just any time in my DJ life, because there's so many.
Back in the day, like when you seen United Nations or you was at places like, or you was at a club and, you know, you see the dancers get up in the circles and stuff. What was your top 5 that you had that you could play that you would beat the other DJ playing to? You know what I mean?
You know, I was a big fan of Heavy D. Heavy D and the boys, like Mr. Big Stuff.
Woo!
Mr. Big Stuff was always big.
I used to love that song. Yeah, dude. Hey, you brought back memories with that one.
I definitely think like you know, when I was a big 2 Live Crew fan. So when bass music came out, all of those crews from MCADE, Shy D, all that stuff, dude. Right?
That was some LA shit right there.
But for me, that tied me back to like Uncle Jam's Army and Egyptian Lover. Like there was a similarity to me. Obviously, the tempo of those songs all were sort of similar, right? So it was always this fast paced, dude, and we just. You know, we'd go freaking bananas in the clubs when that stuff came on for sure.
I remember this DJ got me once. I forgot who it was, but you remember how they used to have those parties in Ladera Legend up in the hills? It'd always be like one of the little kids with money or throw something. And I went to one of their parties and I heard, throw that dick. Throw that dick. Woo! Oh, and I heard that song, Brody. And I was just like, let's dance. I was like, whoa. I was getting busy, right? And I heard that song, Brody, and I must have went everywhere around LA looking for that song back then. But that's the thing that DJs used to do to us as dancers. We would hear a song at a party and be like, whoa, where did I get to find that song? That song had me doing some other shit.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, that Luke, when he came out with that song was incredible. I still to this day, it affected me so much with dance. Like, had so much fun listening to that song. That
bass and those claps before they kick in. Listen up, y'all, because this is it.
Like, get that old dance and throw that.
Yeah, man.
That's hilarious.
And that was it. Yeah,
and I think he played it like 4 times in the night. So it was like you guys have the bridges over.
Yeah.
Remember when I heard that in New York they would play like the bridges over or BDP shit. They would play it like 4 or 5 times in the club. Like people would be going crazy. I remember when I was in New York, that was a big thing. What was that song? The first time I went to New York. It was Dougie Fresh, the Get Fresh crew.
Like Lottie Dottie or the show.
Yeah, it was Lottie Dottie. Oh, yeah. And everywhere I walked on the street, I was young. I was only like 16 or something. I went out there with my cousin, and I was looking for hip hop. I was looking for graffiti on the walls and shit. And then I heard this one song. He's like, Lottie, Natty, and all this shit. They were playing that song on all the street joints, on everybody's radio. It was everywhere. Like, but you know, them songs used to just. A DJ does so much for us. You know what I mean?
Yes, y'all do. Yes, y'all do. You're an important piece.
Yeah, I've been blessed with the fact that I've been, I've tapped into all the little aspects of like hip hop. The only thing I don't do, I'm not a graffiti artist.
Right.
But I rap, I sing, I produce, and I DJ, and I dance.
Hey.
And have pretty much from the get-go. You know, it's just what you know. You can see my backdrop back here. I got all, this is just me.
Right.
It's me. I'm Fishbone. I'm hip hop. I'm everything.
Yeah, you got the Fishbone shirt on. Legend, you should like my man from Fishbone. The Poppin'.
Cutty, I was just thinking that. No, so crazy about that. I love Angelo.
That's our boy. That's my boy.
First time, I'm making a transition now from Uncle Jams into the new wave, right?
Yeah.
So you all might remember this. At the Greek Theater, it's Run DMC, Fishbone, Red Hot Chili Peppers. We didn't know who it was. Me and Julio went. Doug, we went.
Dude,
they came on stage. We were so upset because we was like, "What is this?" Because we used to Uncle Jam, so we wasn't used to seeing Run DMC.
That's crazy.
Once Angelo started dancing, I became a Fishbone fan right there that day.
Yep.
Oh, he can pop. He can dance his ass off.
Woo, he can pop.
I went and saw them. I saw those three plus the Beastie Boys at the Hollywood Palladium.
Wow.
Dude, that was nuts. That was crazy. That was a crazy show.
Beastie Boys was the shit. When they came out, that Brass Monkey and Cause
Ride, Hold It Now, Hit It.
We used to love them songs.
Yes.
Brass Monkey.
Still do, man. So good. And they came out acting like fools. They had their beer cans like they were just throwing beer everywhere.
On themselves in the crowd.
Yeah. But we, that music, that era, that whole time, man, there's nothing like it. I mean, I know things change and we all change and all that stuff. And I know there's great, we could talk about the hundreds of great artists that are out now, but there's something real special about the 80s and the origination of these music genres that, that continue today. I mean, hip hop is the biggest selling music genre in the world. And the aspect of the hip hop culture is the dance, that goes along with that great music, man.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. It's important. We bring that crowd, don't we?
Yes.
That's right.
I was looking at that DMX where he did the what was that? The Woodstock. Oh my God, it was a ocean of people. You see that?
Listen,
have you seen that on Instagram?
Oh my gosh. That
big up to DMX, y'all.
Yes, that's right. We got to keep our prayers for real. Prayers out to him. He is, going through something right now. And that was the story that we got back was kind of hazy, but prayers definitely to DMX.
Yeah, so you straight B-boy third degree, or did you do stand-up dancing as well? But you straight break dancing, or?
Yeah, I think I mentioned that before I even learned how to do hip hop dance, I was dancing to like new wave and ska and stuff like that. So I was already sort of dancing, but when I got hip hop brought into my life and, it was the music and how it made me feel. And then learning how to dance like that, man, doing stuff that I'd only seen like on like 1 or 2 music videos at best at the time. And it was just incredible. And I just enveloped myself in it. So I really, when I graduated high school in 1987, I moved down to Orange County. That's where I got that job at Tower Records. And I connected with some people down there, a DJ who was down in that area, and he had a crew of some dancers, and I just joined their dance crew. And that's who, we used to come up to Hollywood, and that's when I met you guys. And I have a very funny story about that, because I swear on my life, I remember this is how it happened. That Palace.
We were a nuisance then. Here we go.
It's hilarious. Like, I find this is so funny. So like I'm like the little white boy, right? And I go in there with my friends, and they're doing, like, my one friend, 2 of them could do flips, and I couldn't do none of that stuff. But I had crazy legs, and I was fast and quick, and I could do all types of shit, right? And I remember getting in the circle, and then I don't know if it was Craig. I don't know who it was amongst you guys that got in there too and started battling. I don't think you guys were like battling me so much as you were battling my friend.
Oh, snap.
And you guys are superior. I mean, you guys were the cream. You are the cream of the crop of hip hop dancing for sure, in my opinion. And you guys, I don't want to say you embarrassed him, but we kind of like sort of backed out the circle. But you guys were really cool to me. You guys were super cool to me. You guys, you guys gave me props because you saw that I was this little white boy and I could dance. So you guys gave me love. So thank you for showing me love. But I thought that story was hilarious because you guys showed my homie up. It was funny. We were like, damn, those dudes can dance. And then, of course,
I think that was very dangerous to do back in that day. Like, if we were in the circle and it was serious at that moment. Like,
yeah, it was very competitive.
We took that real serious. Like, so I don't know.
Palace,
but I think
Water the Bush, any places like that, you get in the circle, man. It's like it's gonna be bad.
Ooh, it was dangerous. It was dangerous, and that's why I was tripping. Like, I would say that now, I would be like, "Damn, I wish we had video. I wish we had the phones and all that stuff." Then, oh my God, I would have so much footage.
Man, if they would have let
footage would be extentful.
What?
With all them club points, we would go out of the character. Like, it would be some whole other shit at the clubs. Like, it wasn't even like the videos. Like, videos, we kind of like prepped ourselves. In the clubs, it was just open. Like, I'm gonna try anything. I might.
You were contained in the music videos. You could only do so much, dude. When you were at the club, it was all. Everything was available to you. The floor, everybody, everything. That's why the freedom of it all came out, man. You guys just wrecked it every time. Every time.
I'm glad everybody enjoyed it, though. It was a part of hip hop, and I'm glad that when people come to us and they tell us like, "Oh, y'all just made my hip hop lifetime fun," I'd be like, "Oh, that's just what we needed to do." And then, everybody that comes to the show, they have some kind of little story about us, or they ran into us some kind of way, and it's like, but it's man, it was always fun. Like, Ledge used to prep us up before shows. That's Legend's fault. Legend used to make these videos of Mike Tyson knocking everybody out.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and he would have it to like rock him or something. So it'd be like boom, 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 and he'd come out knocking people out. And by the time we get to the club,
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like,
that's super hypeness right there. That'll get anybody.
He had one with the football players where he'd have the greatest hits. So by the time we got to the club, we were so amped. I was like, does Legend know what he's doing? Because he was doing it like
you guys ready for battle.
Yeah, it was like,
oh my God.
Like, here we go, y'all. As soon as we get there, Craig jump out the circle. I come out behind them. Legend come out. We just chopping people up, and people were like, "Damn, why they so hyper?" And it will always be because of that.
It was a mentality like the '85 Bears. You see the documentaries now. They used to be like, "Yo, I'm getting to the quarterback first," and the other dude be like, "No, I'm getting there." Be like, "No, I'm killing it." So he would go to the club with that mentality. So B-Love is now thinking like Michael Singletary. I'm getting him first. So it was like that.
Yeah, you guys definitely came into spots with the swagger and energy, and you carried it on the dance floor. You guys look, I don't know where you guys learned the style in which you brought, but you know, the three of you brought this like different kind of style, and you know, I don't think there's really too many people that that can compare to what you guys did at that time, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and if you were a DJ and we ever stopped dancing,
it was over.
You were playing your own shit.
Yeah, DJs, I can feel that. I can feel that.
DJs would see us and be like, "Oh shit," and go in there crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's so true.
They look at us and be like, "Okay, you gonna play this?
Hilarious.
You want me to play this?" I'd be like, "Yeah."
Yo, already.
They would know exactly what to play for us.
I agree with that, B. You know, I think you guys kind of came in and made everybody else sort of have to step their game up for sure. As a dancer, I can tell you for sure. Honestly, I think the first couple times I was intimidated, but then when you guys were cool with me and I knew I could kind of keep up, like I wouldn't get booed out the circles, like it gave me confidence. So you guys helped boost the rest of us up, you know, something to go after. You guys had brought the level way up, man. Like it was super cool because everybody had something to look up to in the dance scene and be like, I want to be as dope as these cats, because you guys were everywhere, right? Music videos, touring, you guys were doing everything, you know, Soul Train and everything, you know. So
it was fun.
Yeah, for sure. And it's too bad that we did not have people filming back then. Like didn't have.
Oh my god!
I think the footage would be
the stuff that we got. It's like rare. Like Legend has so much stuff that he has to pull off already. But it's all on that old footage stuff. Like so.
Well, we can make that happen. I know people that can help make that happen, dude. We need to happen. Get all that film footage put together. Need a documentary about the Soul Brothers. Come on.
No, they really do. So, Leah,
I'm serious.
In contact so that we can do that. I'd love to make that happen for the Soul
Brothers.
We
need to make that happen. That is, look, in the LA scene.
Right? Legend's the one with all the footage.
Yeah, man.
Where it up?
If you guys got stuff, dude, that needs to be put together.
Yes, that's
because it's legend, you know, no pun intended, but it's legendary stuff. I mean, there's no question about it.
Absolutely.
Part of it. It
truly is.
That's that realness.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit, you guys were dancing with Houdini. Are you kidding?
Well, yeah, they got history. My girls were not.
Come on. That right there is just enough. And then, you know, you did what the stuff y'all were doing with Def Jeff was so dope. And, you know, the Bust a Move video and everything, just like everything.
Right,
so cool. Yeah, it needs to be told.
I think big parts too was, and it's less show was a lot of the MTV stuff we did.
Yeah, for sure.
That's like, you know, historical classic, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I'll be like, dang, where's that stuff at?
Hey, we got to out there. And Ted Demme kept us on heavy rotation on MTV Raps.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did it straight.
Because you guys,
I remember when we met him, Ted Demme. Like
it was cool to watch you guys. That's why. And Ted, you know Ted, you guys know him, so you know he was an innovator. Yeah. That dude saw what you guys brought to the table, so of course he put you on.
Hell yeah!
Because you just every time y'all popped up and y'all were doing your thing, like people just got glued to it.
Man, yeah. Our sister D from Pump It Up. She used to bring
shout out to D.
Those were classic because. Right after the club, we would go. It would be shown on TV, and we go straight from, you know, being seen on Channel 13, and go straight to the club, and it'd be like, "Oh, we just seen y'all," and we come out of there, you start ripping it, like,
yeah, that's so dope.
So let me ask you. So I want to fast forward a little bit. Okay, so the year 2020 hits. As a DJ, how has it been? With COVID and everything, like how have you been able to
maintain
rock on? Yeah, and still try to like rock the crowds where you can, because D Nice threw it out there. Like I'm not gonna say that he's the one that started it, because
he wasn't. He wasn't.
Right. It was other DJs that was doing it. It's just with him.
Right here.
Right. And I mean, but he actually helped.
Yeah.
People like you, DJs like you that were trying, and nobody really wasn't paying attention until he started to do it. So how have you been maintaining?
That's a great question. So the whole video streaming stuff, I actually did back in 1998. I had a radio show I was doing at college, and somebody approached me and asked me to take it to a video show. And at the time, we were like, I don't know what this is about, but we went and did it. We did it for about 2 years. So we were doing that. In 2014, I actually started streaming on Facebook. I started doing DJ sets.
Wow.
So I'd been doing that for years. And I get it. Look, D-Nice is a legend in the game. That's BDP Posse. So I got respect for him. And look, he had a platform and lots of viewers and lots of followers. So it was a good benefit. And to your point, he did help really open the door for a lot of people to go do that. So that's awesome. For me, I will tell you that the pandemic was mentally a curse because I'm an extrovert and I don't like being confined to my house.
Right.
It bothered me. So I had, I was dealing with just the mental strain of COVID. Right. But what I decided to do was I started to do these streaming videos of me doing what I called my quarantine mix series. And I did 30 of these.
Wow.
Throughout the year, like every week I'd come online and I'd just start streaming and playing. So I've got like 30 of this quarantine mix series I did last year. And that kept me busy, which was good. It also gave me a lot of free time to produce.
Right.
So I started really working on a lot of music, and it has led, and that's for the next show, but it's led to me creating a whole bunch of really cool stuff. And so it's been beneficial to me, as weird as that sounds. I haven't really DJed in the clubs in a long time, and I stopped doing like mobile gigs. Okay. So I've been really staying to I have 2 internet radio shows that I do.
Right.
One's on Wednesday and one's on Friday. Okay. So I've really put a lot of focus on that and building those audiences and building those shows. And that's what I've been doing for the past year. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. Like you said, it has, like, for a lot of people, it's been a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
People have been able to tap into things that they haven't done in a long time.
Yeah.
Become very successful because they really put in that time on them, especially when you're allowed to work from home.
Yes.
So you're doing so much more than, what you would have been doing like on a weekend, on your weekend off, your weekend's off, right? So you're all outside, you can't really focus on what you got to do. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
Being able to maintain, because some people, like you said, wasn't able to do that. And the thing is too, like with the whole thing with D-Nice, what was so crazy was I'm one of those that really didn't like vibe. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I didn't really listen to the DJs like that. It was only like maybe Collective 2. I would listen to my cousin, of course, you know what I'm saying? And, somebody else, but that would be every once in a while. But then when D-Nice started doing it, as I said, him opening up the door, I don't want to just listen to D-Nice. Now I have a different set of vibes that I can go to. You know what I mean? So now I got DJ Jamad, I got DJ Trauma, I got DJ, you know what I'm saying? All these right, especially on Saturdays, on Sundays, whatever. I got some good vibes to listen.
Yeah.
I like the Kwame show too.
Right. And then even with Kwame, like even that whole concert series, that shit was so dope. Like I remember when he was talking about it, and when he pushed it through, it was so many people who tried to come through to perform. He started something with that. You know what I mean? It was like, everyone became so creative, so it's a win-win, in my eyes. Win-win. Not only are we vibing, but we're getting to know other DJs. I love my DJs, by the way. Much love, much love.
Right on.
So that's right. So
it's only 2 I don't like, and Dion Cole and Mike Epps. I really wish they would.
Oh no!
DJ in style.
They're not DJs.
No, they're not. And it shows.
I'm going back into effect during the summer. I'm doing. I was doing it on lives and stuff, but I like doing it. I like doing it at the clubs. I like doing it at parties.
Yeah.
But a lot of dancers that do DJ, we know good music. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
I've been DJing since I was like 12. So
yes.
You know what I mean? It's a fun thing. I bought some new equipment. But it's like when I sit there, I follow the trend of I follow DJs. So if a DJ, I see them do something different, I kind of do what they do if I like what they do. You feel me?
Yeah,
like,
it's a sign of respect. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I do it. I'm just saying because they do it with people did it with me with dancing. But as a DJ, I've always been like a a Padawan to it. You feel me? Like even though I never sat there and did it. This is the first time in my where I actually could buy equipment in my life. You know what I'm saying? Besides me buying, drum machines and MPCs and stuff, I did that for a long time. So, but doing the turntable thing, I never bought one until the controller came out because then I can afford it. But how do you think the difference between the controller and the turntables, the 1200s?
Well, as you know, nothing trumps the Technics 1200s. Nothing. There's nothing on this planet that is better than a Technics 1200. I don't, and everybody's got their preference. So respect to everybody for what you choose to use.
Right.
But for DJs, especially the turntablists and the scratchers, you have to have a 1200. However, the technology is really getting better and better and better each year, and every version of the controllers or like the Rain, turntables and all this stuff that's coming out has made the controllers and the digital equipment a little bit more, acceptable to be used by a lot of hip hop DJs. But we like the feel of the vinyl.
So you guys still you guys still use vinyl?
Oh man, I a lot of my DJ brothers do. Yeah, there's a DJ out of Chicago.
You guys do what 12 inches now, right?
What's that?
Not 12 inches, 45s.
Yeah, I mean all that stuff. Yeah, you probably I don't know if you even know if they press 45s anymore. But my boy DJ Third Rail out of Chicago, that's all he does on his radio show. He plays nothing but vinyl. He won't play a song unless he has a vinyl of it. So, there are lots of DJs that are very true to the culture.
Yeah.
Very true to the culture.
So it's not just like technology now where they're just, they're not they just got their computer with them and, so they're still old school. And I mean, and we still need that though. Yeah. We still need to hear the popping of the records and all of that.
Definitely a different feel.
But did you like when you guys would be doing that and then some dancers get by the stage and be like, yeah, poop.
Oh, dude, man. Let me tell you.
How many times did that happen and it upset you?
Dude, at the house parties, there were many times where people there was some fighting that went on if you bumped my turntables.
Oh my God. Or what about the requests that come in? Here it is, you're up high and you got that little piece of paper that comes in like, hey, can I get a request?
Look, we've all been on the internet long enough to see the hundreds of memes that are out there from the DJs about like they show you your phone and you're like, oh, no.
Right.
What was your biggest payoff for you to play something? What was the biggest? I know because I've been at
so you get paid.
A cat gave me $50 and I was just a hope. He was just like, when you get the DJ and I'm like, I got the mic and I'm like, he's like, here's 100. You guys here, you take 50, he take 50. So what was the most you ever got?
100 and a bunch of drinks.
All the time.
Yeah, which as you know, at the clubs, the cost of the alcohol is quite expensive. So you could ring up a real big tab as a DJ, and we did. Fucking
y'all up, getting y'all all drunk.
I'll be honest. I always felt, dude. I left the spots. Yeah, that's a whole different story. I always felt really weird taking
weed. Huh? They be shooting you weed.
Well, that was just me. I definitely felt very strange when people would give me money. Because then I felt like I was like at their disposal, and I'm not like your DJ for hire. I'm working at the club and just trying to, make people dance and have a good time. And, but if I'd be
extra hundreds never hurt.
Dude, for real. I'd be like, all right.
Word up.
Real quick, put it in the pocket. Like, don't look at it. Put it in the pocket real quick so they can't see it anymore where they can ask for it back.
Right.
You didn't play what I wanted you to play.
Yeah. Or I didn't play it quick enough. See, that was the other thing that I didn't like. Like once they gave you money, they expected you to take off the record that's playing and forget anything you might have queued up. You better clear that out and play what I asked you to play. That whole thing, I didn't like that.
You gotta blend it. You gotta like find something to like. You gotta like get it in there.
Yeah, you can't just throw it in.
Well, back to your point, B. You made a point earlier about like, you know, if you're dancing and the DJ does something and then it makes you stop, you're gonna leave the dance floor.
Yeah,
I never wanted to do that, and people doing
I've seen that. I've seen it happen. I've seen a DJ just get up there and he'll clear out the whole dance floor.
Oh my God. So wait, so
I guess it's the break time.
Right. So what's your go-to when that happens?
What would I do if that happened?
So what's your go-to song when that happens?
What's your go-to?
Well, shit, I would quickly just like, I'd go back and, you know, in the 90s, for example, or early 2000s, I'd, you know, pull a Too Short, Blow the Whistle or something like that and just go get something right back.
You got to throw one of those on.
Yeah, or ante up or, you know, MOP's ante up, or it's just something to get the crowd. Like, I got to get them like to rush back. I got to get them back.
Right. Back on the crowd. Then now you got the club owner in your ear. You got people coming at you, looking at you some kind of way like,
oh, dude, it was over. Oh, you knew it, and you could feel that. Like, honestly, like I take a lot of pride when I'm DJing, you know, especially if I keep a crowd on the dance floor for 5 hours. I know I did my job, right?
That's right.
You know, so when stuff like that got in my way, I didn't take it very well. I didn't like that. I don't like that stuff. They messing with my vibe, man. I got my vibe going.
So are you open to like starting to like, I mean, things are starting to open up now. Like there's people that's even getting ready to go on the road and do like little local areas here and there. Like, ready for that? Jamal, are you ready for that?
Yeah, I definitely, as a matter of fact, that's funny you even asked that question. I thought about that yesterday. I was like, you know, I feel like maybe it's time to start planning maybe something for late summer, get to the fall, or even into the winter time, and or even really, because obviously, you know, the thought would be by next spring, everything's wide open.
Everything's wide open.
I'm sure you guys have seen, you know, there's all the festivals that, you know, went away last year. They're all coming back. Yeah. They've all put, you know, a bunch of them have put out their lineups for their shows this year. So that got me excited. Not only as a DJ as a music fan, but as a artist. Like I'm excited.
Is Coachella coming back?
They haven't announced Coachella, but Bonnaroo in Tennessee was announced. The Hard Festival.
No Burning Man, huh?
No, I haven't heard Burning Man. The Riot Fest that's in Chicago, they're having their shows this year.
So California's still catching up.
They are. California's a little bit slow, but I think we're getting close. We're getting close. As a matter of fact, you know, I mentioned New Order earlier. I was supposed to see them and the Pet Shop Boys last year.
Pet Shop Boys.
Yeah. And so that show obviously got postponed, but they're going to do it again in October. So I'm excited to go.
Pet Shop Boys.
I mean, New Order.
Because now, you know, they're going to start, from what I was told, it's like some places where they're actually dividing people.
Yeah.
So you got people who have been vaccinated and then you got people who haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Stuck on this. But I just want to know, because I mean, things is
here we fucking go.
And I want to know from a DJ, what are the, you know, what y'all gonna do? Because when it comes to that, like, I'm not gonna just, well, I'm gonna ask. Like, no. Because I mean, I don't know if you want to put that out in the air, if you want to take.
Then that you know what that does? That makes people look at you like.
Well, they're doing that. They just
people vaccinated are looking at other. But look, why you still got to wear a mask if you vaccinated?
Right.
Dude, listen, there's new strands out there too. You know what I'm saying? They just went ahead and confirmed one out there in California from the Bay Area, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, you know, but for you as a DJ, like, are you going to still be kind of like, because you mentioned earlier, it was a blessing, yet a curse. And you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
how are you going to work that? Like,
you know what? I think it's going to depend on the venues, right? Because whatever county, wherever these things are, every county here in Southern California, for example, they all have their own parameters of things. My boy, I have a friend of mine that DJs a lot in the clubs, and as a matter of fact, he DJ'd last night. They had a club open up in Oxnard, California. This place called Chinaland. Okay. So he DJ'd. I have to ask him, like, how did that go? What was different? Like, because I haven't been to the clubs in a while, so I don't know what.
Vaccinated? Did you say he was vaccinated?
No, I don't. You know what? He might have. He's a cancer survivor, so he may have gotten his
He may have
vaccination.
gotten his thing. Okay, yeah, because that's another thing.
So are they telling DJs that you guys have to be vaccinated?
Right, that's what I was saying.
I think that's a per venue and per county situation.
Yeah.
I think the promoters and the owners of each spot might.
That's
and I'll have to talk to my boy. I think for me personally, it's a little. I almost think we're pushing a little too fast to get back into clubs and do that thing. As much as I know we all need that.
Yeah.
I think we're a little too fast to do that. I think I hope it doesn't, but I have a feeling that it may, come back to bite us a little bit.
I mean, because people don't know how to act. I mean, just 3 weeks ago when let me tell you something. They started with the vaccines, Out here, there's an area called the Beltline, right? So I'm at the Beltline, mask and everything, but there was people out there, like I was on Venice, like just chilling. No, nothing, no mask, no nothing. They're just sitting up there by the lounges, just sitting down, chilling, walking by. And it was a lot of people. And I'm like, yo, for real? Like, is Atlanta even on this earth? Like, what's going on? Like, what's happening here? So they don't know how to act because they went and they got, they know that people are getting these vaccines, but still, you still have to be careful.
Yeah. So, well, you saw what was happening in Miami for spring break. That stuff was wild. They were wilding out down there. Real crazy. Yeah.
Man. So as a DJ, does that as a DJ, you having to be at places where it's going to be crowded places? Are you being more precautious about it though? Like, does it make you want to accept anything now, or you just want to keep doing stuff from the house?
I'm blessed because I'm vaccinated, so I feel like I could be ready, but again, my personal feeling about how I think we're just maybe 2 steps ahead of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think by summer, if we were to not open up yet, wait until we get to summer, wait until more of these vaccines come, wait until more people, even like the teens and the kids, like I have kids. I have kids here at my house, so I need them to get vaccinated too before I really go out and start unmasking and wilding out type of stuff, so it's just this whole thing is all a personal thing, right? It's what you're comfortable with. It's what you feel is right for you and your family and friends or whatever, and I can't tell somebody not to do something or to do something.
Right.
We all going to make our own decisions. And I think we have to be smart about it because we're in uncharted territory, right? None of us were around in 1918 when the Spanish flu was flying around everywhere, killing everybody that wasn't healthy and stuff, So it's just crazy. It's crazy. And it's definitely affected clubs and shows, obviously. And we're all itching to get back to it. But I don't know. It's kind of crazy. For sure.
As we wind down, real quick, tell us how you met our one of the most recognizable faces in hip hop who never rapped, the DJ from Seattle. What's his name? DJ
Nasty Ness.
Nasty Ness.
DJ Nasty Ness. So Nasty Ness worked when he came. So he was up in Seattle. He started in 1980 up there. When he came to Los Angeles, the guys from Hits Magazine hired him to come down and help them run Hits Magazine. Mm-hmm. And so when he came down here, a bunch of people that I know worked with them. So that's how I met Ness, was through some people that I know, like my boy DJ Creativity, my boy Tony, my girl Erica. So they were all working at Hits with Ness, and I met him through them. And it's been a beautiful relationship, man. I'm super blessed to know him.
That's dope. To keep it hip hop dance stories, when you was talking about the old Rebel Soul Brothers, we went to Seattle. We went looking for him.
Oh yeah,
Mix-a-Lot, Kid Sensation, all because we wanted that dude Maharaji. We went to Seattle looking for him, Brody. Yeah, we had to get him out because look.
Right.
He said,
remember that was his move?
I can't.
He said his name in the record. You know what I'm saying? Right there, strike one. Then he was like, the girls are looking at his booty. So we were like, oh, we got to get the girls too. So yeah, Maharaji, man. We saw Kid Sensation though. We put the word out there. We were like, Brody, he got to go. So Word got back though. He didn't want no parts of it. But you know who did call us out that night in Seattle?
Who's that?
Shock. Remember this, B-Love? Who was it, B-Love? A heavyweight called us out for a battle. So I was saying, Soul Brothers didn't always go looking for shit. So we went looking for Raji, but a heavyweight came to us and challenged us. Who was it, B-Love? You remember that night?
I forgot.
Come on, you can't remember that. Can't forget that one, B-Love. Bro, be warming up in the hotel. He got a bolero on. And he walks over to him. He goes, huh? So y'all supposed to be my competition tonight? He said, go somewhere, chump change. I'll check y'all after the show's over.
Oh, wait, who was that?
He said that.
I remember that, but who was it?
Roger called us out in Seattle. We heard about our show.
Are you serious?
That's what's up, though.
Roger did have the show with him.
Yeah.
Was tearing cats up in his day. So he was like, we heard about him, and then so he got word, like he was like, who got the best show? They were like, Jaffe and the Soul Brothers. So he came over to us and was like, y'all supposed to be my competition? Man, go on somewhere, chump change. And bro, he said chump change. He said the SBA and watched our whole show. When we came off, he went straight to us and said, y'all got a show.
Yeah.
That's your champion right there. There you go.
That is
I remember that.
That's what I'm talking about.
We got good write-ups. We used to get good write-ups,
of course,
on the news with the newspapers. That was one thing we got good. I remember we used to get good write-ups for our shows.
Oh, I'm sure.
Do you guys still have that? Like, do you guys still have any of that?
The write-up? Yeah. Two of them.
Good. I know.
Do you have the Mandela?
I got the Mandela, and I got the one when we put that smoke on Redhead Kingpin.
What?
Yeah.
Redhead Kingpin.
Hey, I gotta hear this one. What's that?
It was Redhead Kingpin. It was Big Daddy. It was Big Daddy Kane that night. Who else was there that night?
That night, it was just the one with Def Jeff, Rex and Effect, and Redhead Kingpin. That one.
That was when the stage was spinning, right?
Right there.
Cool in Cali. That was cool.
That
was Kane and JJ Fad and all them. Not that one.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was a big concert.
Actually, y'all can actually Google that one.
You can Google that one.
Okay.
That's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. There was no
that was a good time when we used to do the shows with for the Stop the Violence thing, where ours was all in the same game. Yeah. They would request us to come up with them. So Ice-T would be like, hey man, what y'all doing on the side? Come on.
Right. I would have
y'all need to be out here.
I would have
knew what y'all brought. They knew what you guys brought to the table, man.
Exactly.
You guys
brought everybody from all that era, they all had our back.
Because think about that in LA, right? Like on the East Coast scene, Big Daddy Kane had his dancers, Heavy D had his dancers, but who in LA? What rapper had dancers?
Right.
It was just us.
It was you guys
and the R&B groups.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like hip hop though.
Right. Hip hop dances, like. Did Ice-T have anybody on his album? He had that girl and some dude, I think, but the girl. That's all the guys I know. I remember in high school, the guys remember that, but you are right. You made a point. I don't remember any rapper on the West Coast that had dancers. Wait, MC Trouble, rest in peace. Didn't she have dancers, bro?
Yeah, but we danced in her video. That was it.
But didn't she have dancers? Like I know she did.
Yeah, she had some.
Yeah. Did she have two girls? She had two girls, I think.
Yeah, two girls. Yeah. I remember one of them was from Nikki. Remember Nikki from Westchester?
Isn't that the girl that we talk about this?
Yeah, we just talked about Nikki last week. I haven't talked to Nikki in a long time, but that's AM and them's friend.
AM PM.
Yeah. I gotta talk to AM about
on this daggone show. I gotta see AM and PM because their names have been up too. AM PM for real.
I was talking to AM the other night.
What up, AM? What up, PM? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're not cutting you short, but like I said, we want to keep your production side for the other show.
That's right. This has been dope. This has been dope. This has been very, very.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough to have me on your show. You know, I got mad love for y'all, man. You guys, it's been real special to be able to know you, especially because of just the whole like hip hop scene and being a part of that. And it's just been a lot of fun, man. I appreciate you guys having me on for sure.
Good. It was good to hear your story too, and what you're doing now. That's just like you know, that's incredible news. Like especially coming from a DJ as active as you. You know what I'm saying?
Word, bro.
Yeah, so you guys can check out my shows every Wednesday and Friday nights.
Okay.
5 p.m. Pacific. It's easewayradio.com. And yeah, it's all good stuff, man, for sure.
Okay. And then your IG is
at DJ Third Degree.
Word up. Do you have any
Twitter,
other platforms?
My Twitter and my IG are at DJ Third Degree.
Word up. Okay.
Yeah, your IG is a few third degrees, but I wasn't quite sure what your logo was on IG.
It's the number 3 RD, not THIRD.
Oh, okay.
The number 3.
Got you.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna get you next week because tonight we got DJ Fat Pockets. He known for producing the
Pocket
for Yo-Yo and Ice Cube. That's his claim to fame.
Word up.
On.
Hello.
We get you on the film next week. We good for next week, son?
That'll work.
Good.
We'll make it happen.
We got to get you, V Love. We got to get you in studio though. We try to do the most in studio.
Okay,
I'm down.
Yeah. So. Cool,
Let me know what's up. Let me know what's up, man.
DJ Third Degree. So y'all check out the show tonight, 7 p.m. But we'll be back on IG at 6 because we got this guy in Singapore, DT.
Yes. And this is going to be so dope, guys. This will be our the very first time that the 4 of us will be on IG. Right?
So look for Love's light, look for Afro's light, or look for my light on IG.
Hip hop dance stories. One of us will be on there, like for real. Come through on that because we're gonna have a good time. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, this will be our first time on IG, you know, doing it at the same time, all 3 of us. So I'm excited about it. It's about to go down. So for all of y'all that's been supporting us, please come and check us out tonight at 9 o'clock on IG. We love y'all and we love the support. We want to see y'all there for real.
Hey, gotta get Groover Kenny next week. He's sweating me tough.
Word.
I got JU coming.
JU, yep, Jason's coming through.
Bro, he said we treat him like a funny Mac. I'll show you the text right here. Okay, really.
No, he said we treat him like a funny Mac.
Bro, I already told he already sent his paperwork in.
Oh,
so it looks like we about to do this again right here. It looks like we're gonna have 2 jams on Sunday.
So
we can do it. Yeah, we can do that.
We see you
next
week.
Man. Yeah, y'all.
Happy
Easter for you guys.
Hey, we gotta bring Kenny and KB at the same time.
Yeah. So cool. I'll see y'all 2 villains at 6.
Yes. DJ Third Degree, it was an honor.
Yes.
Same with me.
I'll be sending you some music too. I'll be sending you some music.
Please. Anytime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's
have
go.
a track too. Because we end the other show with a track at the end. So be ready on that. All
ready
right?
to go. Always ready.
Oh, word up.
Born ready.
Peace.
See y'all.
All right. Have a good one. Mwah.
Yep, you too.
Yes.
Later, y'all.